Early 2000, the cost of one sensor used to run between $1.5 to $2. Now the cost of one sensor is down to 50 cents. In the early 2000s, the connectivity used to be of the 2G network, and the Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth availability was not yet standardized. But now in 2020s, with 5G already here and 6G just around the corner, the peak speed of connectivity can go up to 20 gigabytes per second. The cost of storage of 1 gigabyte of data in the early 2000s used to cost around $500, but now the cost is down to less than 2 cents. Why I'm sharing these statistics with you is because these things matter a lot for the manufacturer. There is one more component I want to talk about. In the early 2000s, the IoT devices or the connected devices were literally unknown and only restricted to the security interfaces like the cameras. Fast forward this to 2020s, there are more than 20 billion connected devices already here, and that includes smartphones. But there are so many other connected devices or IoT devices that are now active. Now, why these numbers are important for the manufacturers is because sooner or later, the manufacturers and the industrial companies will have to go for 100% automation and autonomous plants. When that is going to happen, we don't have a date yet, but it is how the trends are moving. So the companies need to think about how well are they placed to take advantage of the Industry 4.0. Now, this does not mean that all the labor or the blue-collar workers that are currently working at the manufacturing plants or the industrial plants, they will lose their jobs. They will be absorbed in other job functions where they can create more value for the business. For example, increasing the order book and making sure that the company is free from the supply chain shocks. And why the manufacturers and the industrial plants would be compelled to think about this is because there are two components of the overall cost that will just keep on increasing. The one is the raw material cost or the procurement cost, and the second is the labor cost. The raw material cost increase is something that they cannot do much about. They will have to work on their procurement network, and of course, how well do they utilize the 3D printing as a source of raw material, or how well do they manage the waste management in their plants. But when it comes to the labor cost, they can significantly hedge themselves in increasing labor costs by going for full automation. And that's what most of the manufacturing and the industrial CDOs and the CXOs are thinking about.